Again with Rodney's Northwest Riding Reviews. Today I'm going to do another video on the BF Goodrich KO2 tires. I did a tire review about 2 years ago when I first got the Tundra, and this one is a 2022. At that time I put the tires on when the vehicle was brand new. I've currently got 32,000 miles on the vehicle, and so I thought it'd be a great opportunity to, number one, see how it does as kind of a follow-up review, but then kind of give you an idea, are the tires still as good after 30,000 miles as they were when it was brand new. So as you can see, these are the current conditions. Now the roads are sanded right now. We're currently about 1,500 feet. We're going to go up to real close to 5,000 feet, and it's currently about 35, 36 degrees here right now, so it's not freezing, but up towards the top of the pass it's supposed to be around 23, 24 degrees, so it definitely will be frozen up there. Just so you can see, so these are a BF Goodrich KO2. It's a 20-inch, it's actually, 34-inch tire, but they're on 20-inch rims. You can still see that it still has some sipes in it. The tire wasn't extremely siped compared to some of the tires that you'll see, and so it's not an extreme snow tire. It's more of an all-terrain tire. But you can still see there's quite a bit of tread even after 32,000 miles, and these are supposed to be a 60,000 mile tire. So I've been really impressed with them so far. They did really well. In fact, the first time that I went over the pass, when I first got it, I went all the way over the pass in two-wheel drive. We'll try that again today, see how far we get, see if we can get as far up there. But when I did it the first time, the roads in most places weren't sanded, and I see it's sanded pretty well right now, so that could have some impact on how they perform today. But anyway, I want to give you a good review. Like I said, I'll hit some snow in a little while, so be sure and stay tuned for the full video. But I wanted to give you, my thoughts in the ice and then also in the deeper snow. So thanks for watching. Going up Santiam Pass here in Oregon, it is about a 6% grade, and as you can see there, it is 34 degrees. You can see the mileage on the odometer, just over 32,000 miles. I'm still in two-wheel drive. Now you can see all the sensors have shut off. Obviously it's getting icy out there, and so with the ice, it covers up the sonar sensors and obviously it shuts those off, and then also your pre-collision system shuts off too because it's iced over the sensor. So still doing well. Like I said, still in two-wheel drive. I'll give you another update as we get a little closer to the top, just so you can see how we're doing. Thanks for watching. Not going anywhere any fast, and that's okay, but I thought it'd be a good opportunity to just kind of test out the traction here a little bit. So I'm just going to slam on the brakes and see how it stops. Obviously you can feel the anti-lock brakes locking up there, but as far as grabbing, actually we have pretty good traction. Now you can see the limited slip is kicking in when I'm trying to take off, so it's definitely slick. So just going to ease off of it a little bit. Keep in mind we're still in two-wheel drive, so it is slick. Yeah, see, we're kind of just sliding side to side. We're having a hard time kind of getting traction here. Now we're getting quite a bit of fresh snow here, and so there may be gravel underneath, but it's not really picking up the gravel right now. And so, like I said, we're having a hard time kind of getting going. But as I mentioned before, we're still in two-wheel drive. The four-wheel drive, as I was showing you there how slick it was kind of having a hard time getting traction again. And part of it is, kind of going up an incline, but then, kind of being slow to begin with, trying to get started, it just wasn't there. So I would say that I don't think there's as much biting edge as what there was when it was brand new, which is understandable. You can still see the sipes in the tires, but then also the conditions can be different as well. I haven't been outside to see how slick it is myself. I think the first time I went over it's probably a little drier, and this seems to be a lot icier than what it was the first time that I did the review. But there again, once we get to the top, I'll be able to see how slick it really is, and then give you a better indication of what my thoughts are. So in and out of four-wheel drive. In fact, I'm shifting back into two-wheel drive right now. it seems like as far as traction goes, as long as you've got a little momentum going, you don't seem to have an issue with traction. The only time you really have an issue is that when you do slow down and it's like you're trying to accelerate and then everything wants to break loose. It's currently 30 degrees outside. It's a pretty good ice pack. There's, you know, as you saw earlier in the video, when you try to take off, you know, the back end starts sliding all over the place. But like I said, you know, shifting in and out of two-wheel and four-wheel drive seems to be no issue whatsoever. So keep you updated. Get to the top of the pass, and I'm getting ready to head back down. I was hoping that I could get up here and I was going to have a great view and take some pictures and video and whatnot with my drone. But as you can see, the wind is probably blowing, I don't know, 25, 30, maybe 35 miles an hour. It is whipping. And so you can see everything blowing by here. I'm going to jump out just to see how icy it is real quick, but I'm definitely not spending any time out there with the wind blowing like it is. Yeah, I'm not going to stand out in that. But it is definitely adds a little different element to it. It gives you I'm sure snow blindness, so to speak, but people coming down the pass were driving about 10 miles an hour. It's funny how they always plow the downhill side before they plow the uphill side, and I don't know if that's because more people have an issue with locking up, which that makes more sense. But I've always noticed that on the passes. So I'm going to head back down the pass. I'm going to get to some roads that have some deep snow on it, and we're going to go try out the deep snow and see how it handles. But as far as my impressions as a long-term review, and if I didn't already mention, I do apologize. It is January 11th, 2024. I wanted to make the video a couple months ago, but we've gotten snow here, but then it melts within a couple of days, and so we finally got some accumulation that's going to stick for a little while. But anyway, my final thoughts as far as, you know, how it does on the icy roads. Two-wheel drive doesn't do as well as what it did when the tires were brand new. You know, as long as you're not trying to just start from a dead stop and get going, it handles fine. No problem with corners, no problem with braking traction. But I can tell that, like I said, if I do come to like a really slow and try to accelerate in two-wheel drive, the back end wants to kick out and just analog brakes start kicking in, or limited slip. So anyway, let's go find some deep trails and see how it does. There is more snow out here this time than when it was last time I came out. Let's see if it was losing traction there. There was probably 8 to 10 inches of snow the last time, and it did really well. And as you can see up here, there is some previous tracks. If I stay in there, it doesn't do too bad, but obviously if I get in the deep stuff, it's really pushing snow. Now, I hope we don't have to use it, but I did bring a shovel just in case. You can see what it looks like back there.